Good morning, good evening. How are you all? So this is Aaron. I'm here in Barcelona. I have about another day here before I fly across the world back to Los Angeles. But I wanted to speak this morning about what might be a little bit of an edgy subject for some of you. It's Saturday probably, and you're with your beloved, or you want to be with your beloved, and maybe she's on her cycle. Maybe something's happening, and is that going to limit or decrease your level of connection and intimacy? And I first just want to say no. When a woman is on her cycle, it's such a powerful time for a man to really show up first in a deep honoring. This is a sacred time. A woman has this cyclical nature to her, and blood, the cycle of life, is moving through her. That is a time of celebration. It's a time of dear reverence to this goddess in your life. And I know for myself, for so long, there was a time where I was definitely afraid of when a woman I was with was bleeding. It was like, oh, whoa, what's going on? I don't, can we have sex? What's happening here? And there was a lot of fear. There was a lot of unknowing in there. If you're a man listening to that and you can relate, write a comment. I remember in college, I was with this woman, and during her period, I just stepped away, and we weren't intimate, we weren't having sex anymore, and then I would go back, and there was this distance. There was a distance created because I really wasn't honoring her in reverence. I wasn't honoring this pattern that a woman brings into life. This womb of creation is going every month to bring life into this world. And for a man, there's a certain disconnect, and I'm sure a lot of the men listening can relate to that. It's like an unknown. And so I'm going to share 3 pretty specific things that you can shift around your connection to the menstrual cycle, to blood. I mean, first, stop running. Let this be a time, if you're in a relationship, or if you're in a partnership, or if you have a lover, and it's during your time, let that be a time to really show your deep reverence, your deep gratitude to her, honor her. It's when she's most sensitive, is highly intuitive, is extremely attuned to this pattern of life that's moving through her. So to run away from that is basically saying to the woman, like, fuck you in a way. And women feel so much more often than men. So this is a time to really to tune in to that inner woman inside of you men, and to really be there in loving support. More than anything, not running away, but being there in support is a powerful, powerful way to shift your relationship with blood. Second, and this might feel a little bit crazy, and I remember the first time that I did this, I was surprised in myself, is taste her blood. It doesn't mean you need to like guzzle it all down from her yoni cup, but be willing to put the flavor in your mouth. And this is more especially for intimate relationships. And you'll find that it really bonds the two of you. It draws in this greater connection of intimacy. And it takes away some of the shame and the guilting that happens for women around their cycle. A lot of society shames it, puts it aside, says stick a tampon up there, and we don't want to see your blood. You can't go into sacred temples. You can't do all these things if you're on your period. There's a lot of conscious and unconscious shaming that happens around the cycle. So when a woman is on her moon, especially if you're in an intimate relationship, say, honey, like, I would love to honor you. Would it be okay to taste your blood, to have a deeper connection with that? Maybe you want to put some on your third eye, a really powerful way to deepen in that connection. Again, just some ideas, but more than anything, for the men listening, be willing to look at it from a different light, because we don't have this same cycle. Men do have a hormonal cycle happening, but it's not to quite the degree. A woman's body tends to want to introvert. They want to be quiet. They're going through sometimes some pain, some clearing out. There's such a clearing of energy happening through the moon that men never really go through in that way. So we're honoring, we're showing our reverence, and we're also being willing to maybe, have a little of the flavor in us. Again, more for deep, intimate relationships that you're wanting to experience another level with. And really the last thing that if you can do, whether it's consciously or unconsciously, is celebrate her. Celebrate her, not in the sense that you need to get something. Celebrate her from an agendaless place. Celebrate her from a space of just saying, thank you, honey. Whether she's had children, whether she hasn't had children, whatever it may be, let this time be a chance for you as a man just to bow in gratitude and to celebrate that it's only through this womb of creation that she brings life into this world. That you together with the seed and the egg coming together in this womb, that's what this is all about. And sometimes this is forgotten because society is, oh, she's bleeding. Oh my God, what do we do? And the woman feels that, and there's so much that happens, and I've seen that with a lot of sisters in my life and beautiful beings that I've been together sexually or intimately or just had conversations with. So just to start to unravel the onion layer of the shame and the guilt around the moon time, around the time when a woman is really highly connected to the divine, highly connected to her intuition. This is a beautiful opportunity for you men. This is an incredible gift for you to simply bow in deep gratitude, to celebrate this gift of life. And if you're a woman tuning in and you're not having the cycle anymore, then it's still, that time that was there, and you're still getting to celebrate that womb of life that's still within you. And I know even sometimes with that, when I'm working with older clients, there's also it feels like, oh, I'm not clearing out my system as much, and all of the hesitations and the shames that come with that. But just know that in those times that you were, it's still there with you. Your body's still cleansing, still purifying, still celebrating the gift of blood that moves through you. If you relate to any of this, or if you think I'm just crazy, then whatever it may be, write a comment. Let me ask me some questions. This subject is dear to me, and I've had a more intimate relationship with the moon cycle, with blood in this past year, and it's been beautiful, and it's really opened my heart more than I can imagine. So find your edge, men, and be willing to go to that edge, have communication with your partner, and see how you can best support her, how you can love her tenderly, how you can be there with an agendaless place just to simply say thank you. Thank you for the gift of life that you have created, or that you may never create, or that you have the capacity to create. There's an immense level of possibility to deepen in connection and deepen in relationship to that. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be sharing more. I've been going through a lot of processing myself in the past week or so, and I have a lot of video ideas that will be coming through me in the next couple of weeks. So lots of love to you. Hopefully you relate and connect with some of what I'm sharing here. See you real soon.